abortion is allowed. Why possible? Okay, not allowed. That's a good question. And what's the disagreement? Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. All right. Since we only have 20 minutes, we will start the question and answer. Tu su na kha kan sim jiao iti kan thok thai mo. Okay. Kan thok hlan te ati. So quick announcement. Thank you. Okay. Himi teve tenti. At 12 p.m. there will be a lunch time. Kami nailai niya ka. Roll ay chan sitting kan zaten. Please do not go anywhere. Go straight to gymnasium. Roll ay nakati. Kan fading i. Katoka ka. Kan zukji ding. Roll ay na kan rakam ning kan zaten group photo kan lakta ding mo. Churanga. If you do not have a conference t-shirt on right now, this is a good chance to go to information center to get your t-shirt. And then please Pam Prangka. There will be one reserved for Pam, a t-shirt. I'll be pokazang faten. Asai kan rak lak sak jiao la ti. Kami lau kacu angki truk lau pokanan truk jia thai ti. Cumi tele. Dapung kan yai tevitan roll ay cheating simo. Cumi nuk chu kan rasa le. All right, Pam, if I may, could you please come up to the podium? And then we will start asking some questions. So you can be in the middle. Okay. So today we only have, like I mentioned earlier, we only have 19 minutes. And then a lot of questions are the same, so I will try to answer. I'll try to ask, not answer, definitely not from me, I promise. So, abangok mi por kachumo kasut lau mai ding chule. If we have extra minute, we will play a video real quick. And then, like I said, if we didn't have time to answer all your questions, do not worry. We will send out an email in a month at least. So, first question for Pam. Mai sabik na kan sut do mi chu yang si tisle. Do you know do you know any story of who did get abortion versus one who considered it but who decided not to do it? What did they regret or didn't they regret?
Okay, so do I know any stories?
Yeah, do you know anybody or any story, someone who done abortion? That who proudly said that, okay, I did it, or someone who regret?
Yeah, as I was speaking to a young woman outside, a part of my testimony is I wasn't always pro-life. I was pro-choice when I was younger. That was pretty much my generation. Well, 73, I was still kind of growing up, but growing up in that environment, you kind of take the perspective that, yeah, it is my body. It is about convenience. Growing up in a time after the sexual revolution when the 70s and 80s were wide open, even coming up in a Christian household, that was a part of our environment. So you ask, do I know anyone who's experienced an abortion? I have. I made the decision when I was younger. And what changed my mind about it was when I was married and ready to have children, thought my life was where it was supposed to be, that it was now time to do it. The answer was no. I didn't get pregnant as easily as I thought I was going to. It took 6 years, actually, no medical intervention, but 3 years of that was spent, I think, coming into understanding of who God truly is who the creator of life really is, it was spent not learning how to handle the guilt that I had and not thinking that I was being punished for it, getting to a place of true, I guess, submission to God, whether he said yes to a pregnancy or not, and being fine with mothering the children who were in my life from my friends or whatever. And it was amazing. I remember, I say 6 years because we were married 6 years, actively trying about 3. And it was Mother's Day of 1992. And I was in church, and I had reconciled myself to God. Here I am, another Mother's Day, but whatever you say to me regarding this, I will receive, and I will love you, and I thank you for my mother and my grandmother and for all these beautiful children. And in the middle of that prayer, it was like this warm ooze just came over me. And I began to cry, but it was tears of joy. It was just like there was such peace there. And I kid you not, that next week, because I knew my ovulation schedule, I knew when I could get pregnant. And it was that next week that I was waiting for. Is it going to take that next Saturday? I took a pregnancy test, and it was positive. And when I went to the Word, because I was young in my faith at that point, I didn't know where to go in my Word. And you know how you just kind of open the Bible and see where it falls? And you think, okay, God's going to show you something. I opened my Bible, and it fell on Psalm 112. And I still have that very page. And the Psalms, of course, are all about praise. And so it started out beautifully, he will be praised in the city, all will know who he is. And I'm just thinking, yeah, because that's where I am. I'm in the state of, thank you, Father, I praise you. The very last verse in that says, and he will make the childless wife happy by giving her children. Is that God or what? In that moment, when I was just thankful to have a positive pregnancy test, open the Word, and he says that to me, he shows me that, can't nobody tell me that this God we serve, this Jesus, isn't real. It is. He is. So, there's a story, babies. I know. There it is.
Thank you. Okay, the next question is, I will combine 3 or 4 questions together. And the question is, what is your opinion on women or girls who are raped and are required by law to carry a full-time pregnancy, which can result harm or to death?
Yeah, I'm not sure there's any place here. I mean, state laws are trying to go that route. I think we just had a state that didn't have a rape or incest exception clause in it. But again, that's not the federal regulation that's in place right now. And to be quite honest, from a political perspective, I don't see, I'll probably get pushback on this, but I doubt very seriously if Roe versus Wade is going to be repealed. I think what is going to happen are we have to come to terms with whatever the restrictions are going to be on abortion. And I believe that there will always be restrictions when it comes to rape and incest, when it comes to the health of the mother. Personally, there's a video and I think that it has to be a decision that's made by those involved, but I wanted to show you this video, if we could start that. This is a gentleman that I had a chance to talk to and to meet, and his story just kind of blew me away. And then I caught this video about his life, and it was amazing.
Meant to be. This life was meant for me. Though you went through so much pain, oh, your tears, they were not in vain. Although you could not see, God had planned for me. God meant for me to be.
Wow. We are all wanted by someone.
Yeah.
So powerful.
Yeah.
Thank you. Since we have some more questions, I will follow up with another question. It is ethical for a mother to abort her child for her health concern.
When it comes to morals, that is all about your moral authority, okay? And we all have different moral authorities. And you have, that is a personal decision. Again, I have known women who have disagreed with the recommendations of physicians and have moved forward in their pregnancy. I haven't known anyone, the blessing is no one that I know personally has died because of the decision for them that they made to move forward. But it is a personal decision that you have to make based upon your moral authority. And for these women, they chose to move forward because they chose to trust God in what He was saying to them. All right. I will tell you, everyone's walk is a personal one with God. So that's why I encourage you to get in tune with what He is saying to you. Not based upon what you want to hear in the moment, because we all have the ability to rationalize and try to find ways to make sense. I certainly was able to rationalize my decision. Now that I look back, if I would have been submitted to the moral authority as opposed to my humanness, I would have done something different. You know, I would have done something different by not engaging in the first place. And then if that decision had to be made again, I would have done something different as far as choosing life. So when you start talking this moral thing, I'm going to say your moral authority will let you know what you need to do. And we all have differing ones. I would pray that if you are a follower of Christ, that you are close enough to Him to hear His voice and know that He's got you even if you mess up, you know, even if you mess up. Yeah.
Wonderful. Wow. Thank you. Next question is, unwanted baby that a patient. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Okay.
What?
See, first of all, I'm messed up here, but
Okay.
okay, let me try to see. Okay, unwanted baby te patient so asite mo. Wow. Okay. Is unabandoned baby. Is unwanted baby still considered as a blessing of God? Can we still call unwanted baby a blessing of God?
Oh my gosh.
I know that.
Yeah. There's word that says, it's Psalm 127:3. Children are a gift from God. Some say a heritage from the Lord. They are a reward from Him. Okay, that's how He views them. Okay, when I'm doing parenting classes, that's the verse that we start with. And the parenting class can be a little, there's secular lessons in there too, but I tell the kids who come through, if you don't remember any other verse, you're going to remember this one. Because we need to get our mindset with how the Father, how God sees children. And I just read, do you guys know Lauryn Hill? She used to be with the Fugees, and then she went solo. I was just looking at her song yesterday called Zion, and that's written about her son. And that song just was amazing. And one line that was in it talked about how she had been chosen for this gift. Not that it was a choice that she made, but she was chosen to receive this. Man, if we would start looking at our children in that way, and I encourage parents too, if whatever the circumstance, if you see yourself as being chosen by God to be the vessel, you and your husband, you and whatever circumstance, just like in that video we just saw, where the mom had been raped and then she chose life. But you see what that young man accomplished, who he was. If we start looking at it like that, perhaps we would learn, as in the Sanctity of Human Life video, to value our children's lives as much as we value our own. Does that make sense? Oh, okay. Yeah.
Good. All right, thank you very much. Since we are running out of time, I will ask you one last question. Like I mentioned earlier, I will give you all the remaining questions, so you will be able to answer them through the email.
All right.
So the last question, I think this is the reason why I chose is because I think this question really important for us to make sure we know how to help other people who are planning on abortion. So how do we help people who are planning on abortion as a Christian?
Oh, okay. Prayer is an amazing thing, okay? And also praying for an answer to that. I will tell you, I work at a pregnancy care center, and we are actually positioned right across the street from a Planned Parenthood. But when I took that job, I told the executive director at the time, I was like, please, don't ask me to go and stand in front of Planned Parenthood with a sign or talking to anybody or doing, because that's not my calling. And he said to me, that's cool, don't worry about it, because that's not what we do either. That's not our call. We are here to love and to serve. So that showed me at that point, because I'd never worked for a pro-life organization before, that there were different areas, different ways for us to do things. And it's usually going to be wrapped up in what our gifts and talents are. I am an encourager and a teacher. So now God has placed me in a position to do just that, to encourage and to teach and to hopefully regenerate thinking, which is nothing but a God thing, because my issue with pro-life back in the day was that it seemed like all they cared about was getting a baby born, but they weren't thinking about what comes after that. They weren't acknowledging that there's work, that there needs to be a support system. It was just about the baby. And now, here I am, 30 years later, as an answer to what my issue was with them. That's how you know what you need to be doing. What is it about the issue? Or pro-life, it doesn't even have to be about abortion. Pro-life was vast. You saw that on the sanctity of human life. Are you drawn to the elderly? Are you drawn to those with special needs? Are you drawn to those who are imprisoned? Are you drawn to those mothers who have a choice to make, or families who need support afterwards? Find your place in pro-life. God will make it clear to you. Okay.
All right, let's give a big round of applause for Pam. Thank you very much, Pam.
You're welcome.
It was an honor. It was an amazing presentation.
You don't help somebody up, man. I know. No. Thank you. Oh, yeah. You're welcome, sir.
All right, Longo, is that what did I do wrong again? Yang lau himi thebe ten kan fading kan titi kan fading hi zokan tang au bi po kha victim hina phem thon in tang ta sak dok nang kalau ngen khami kan fe songa te kan an fe la ya. All right, tha kan cham dok pe mo, tha kan cham ding, let's pray. Tha kan cham dok ding ro hang ta ka cham chi ding mo. Boy pa kan long oi tuk tu zing pidin boy pa tu sun dir tiang boy pa nang man in try lam in try in numpi kan long oi boy pa tu suna kan ni bol chu boy pa nang mai na ser siam mi nang mai thon na thot mi nang ma kut rauri lei tlak lak in boy pa na ser siam mi minung tluna boy pa thu nei tu kan si lo zia boy pa nang mani nun nak in peki nang mani tho in peki kan mai du dui to thai mi kan si lo zia tu so in theater sarong boy pa na ming kan lo thang tha da si boy pa kan kyang ka ba himi ruang I har san na ka tor tu chin lung dam lo na ka nei tu lo bei dong zadi boy pa naw thak nak ding ruang ale boy pa am planted boy pa asemi por rang khal kan mang an nun na ka nang ma run tham nga yo run hem nga yo tha jang run pek nga yo run biak nga ra mo nang ma ni hi naw te hi thloso na pek mi si ja run theater nga ra mo boy pa chlong man se lo in tu nang ma ti le rol thloso en pek mi kan ei thang ding kan lung oi kan taksa dam na ka run chang ter ra mo nan he ni thloso ara mi kan ser them thai nang le boy pa kan ma vek ei ding anei lo tu pol tang pek thai nak pek sian nak le pek du nak chin lung kan nei nak tiang in chang ter ra mo tia lung oi thu lo semin run dam tu ji sukrim in thla kan cham boy pa kan pathian amen lung oi. All right, let's head back to the gym.